Bum, bum. So, Wario vs. Cloud is pretty much a bad matchup. Like, honestly, I don't need to explain this much. Cloud just flat out bodies everything Wario has. Like, Wario can't get close a lot of times unless Cloud overextends or makes a lot of bad mistakes in neutral. Oh, thank you for the resub, Kaoras. Hey man, I just got back home from Smashdown World. Hope tournament was up to see at least because it was complete garbage to be there. Organization of it. Oh, really? It was a bad org? Well, maybe I won't go to France then, Kappa. But okay, it's good to know that Smashdown World wasn't that well run. Thank you for that insight. But yeah, so Cloud kind of bops Wario, unless he like makes a lot of mistakes in neutral, like he just misses all his attacks and like is pushed back to the edge, or he overextends. Off stage even, Cloud's pretty much able to just keep Wario at bay, which is pretty sad for like a character with high airspeed and good gimping abilities to not be a gimpable character. So yeah. We're gonna see how this goes. You see just limit charging. The one thing I'm not sure about this matchup is how valid it is to actually charge limit and focus on that, because you would think, okay, they both have their own tips limits, but Cloud's is better, right? In theory, yes, but I feel like in this matchup, Cloud's not going to hit limit much. Because Wario is so mobile and in the air so much, what's going to happen is Wario's just kind of moving around Cloud. And Cloud's hitting him with a lot of like neutral airs, back airs, up airs, but Wario isn't in place enough to get hit by things like limit cross slash. Like even then, a lot of Cloud's attacks will miss in the first place, so I feel like focusing on charging limit is just giving Wario time potentially to get wafts out. And yeah, I'm not sure it's the best idea. If Smashdown World actually gets announced, a lot of people simply will attend. Really? Was that bad, Daedric? Tesha, what did you think of it? You had Smashdown Worlds, I think. Oh my god. Thank you for the resub. 16 months. Do you have any idea how many pairs of dentures I could buy with the 16 months worth of sub money? Jesus. You could buy maybe one pair. Okay, Kaoras. Yeah, I won't go to Smashdown World again if it happens. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, it's always a risk going to like outer region events because you never know if it's gonna be good or not. Especially if it's like the first event. Jesus. I'm gonna stop saying Cloud shouldn't charge limit because the first limit the anti uses and it just kills at 90. Oh, anti-Texas. See, you have to tech the forward air. Anti probably saw Kame vs. Gluttony and realized, you know what, tech forward air every time. Nice fall through the up air. Ooh, it just catches Anti off guard. I mean, Anti is just walling Gluttony out. Like, Gluttony tries to get in and see the rollback. Like, Gluttony needs to hard read that rollback, and even then, it's not easy. Wario doesn't have a good enough range on his attacks to, like, hard punish. That's good up smash. Yeah. That's a very normal Wario setup you don't see often, because the bike covers ledge get up, ledge jump, and drop ledge at the same time. And, yeah, it just covers all those options, so it forces you to roll to get around it. Or you have to take the bike hit. Or, like, do a really well-timed gap attack maybe might work. But then Wario can probably just react to the gap attack with a dash grab. Yeah, the fact that they didn't let people have free play honestly sounds like the worst thing, Daedric. I don't know, for me, when it comes to tournaments, the big things I care about are scheduling being efficient and having free play. If like I can play friendlies, even if an event is like not great, I'll generally be pretty happy if I can play friendlies all day and the tournaments run relatively like fast. But the moment I can't play friendlies like at all, the tournament to me is ass. Like I just not have fun anymore. If I'm on my laptop watching anime for more than half the event, it's a bad event for me. So yeah. Anyway, back to this game though. Gluttony's abusing Cloud in the air, no big deal. Yeah, and you see, this is actually worth noting though that when Cloud's in the air versus Wario, it feels like Cloud can't do too much. Like, obviously he has the range he needs, but when he's getting juggled specifically, Wario's so good at fishing in and out and getting hits that Cloud just has to retreat, but Wario doesn't have a good answer to retreating Cloud. You should have used a sub message on upon wasting it, and this was detrimental. Oh, I see you did that, Taboo. Crafty. Crafty. Bite gets through the wall. You see, Anti's really good at seeing the approach. Like, Anti plays a pretty solid walling game, but when he sees Gluttony's a little bit too close, he'll just shield and roll back and retreat with aerials. He doesn't really care. Oh, don't dash grab Gluttony. You don't dash grab Gluttony. We've learned it doesn't work for him. And we also learned that when you're too close to Gluttony, he just wins those air exchanges. Like, you just don't fight him up close. He reads the roll. That's not dead. I think back throw should kill. It makes me so mad when I see back throw does not kill from Wario. Oh, thank you, Black Knight, for the resub. Resub hype. Golden Kappa check. Okay, everyone in the chat, post your Kappas. You gotta check to make sure no one has a golden one. Jab. Blah blah. Gluttony's cornered. I feel like Cloud on FD is actually really annoying. Like, Cloud Battlefield's annoying, but you can escape his pressure and use platforms against him. Like, when you fight Cloud in FD, he has so much space to retreat to, so it's hard to gimp him. And a lot of times you just can't land versus him. And he doesn't have too much trouble landing because his big aerials and like good airspeed just let him naturally land regardless. I personally just hate fighting Cloud in FD, and I think that's one of his better stages, surprisingly. Yeah, this kind of sucked for Gluttony. I mean, he could have fell back here and just up B'd. But yeah, that just kind of sucked. Look at anti-shushing the crowd. Like, you guys can't cheer. I just won. Game 2, back to FD. I don't agree with this, but whatever. I am not the Wario here. Obviously. Tilt, close. Oh! Thank you, Yellow Morningstar, for the 45-bit cheer. Yes, that's how you cheer. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. You now have a cheer thing next to your name. Hype. Okay, yep, use the aerial, stuff Wario. Go ahead and try and get in. Ooh, Anti goes a little bit too aggressive. I'm gonna look at something quickly. I want to see how good Wario's out of show game is. So 6-frame jump squat is already poor. Oh! These are fast. 4-frame there. That means he has a 10-frame out of show option that covers everything around him. And fair's 5 frames, so it's 11 frames in front of him. Okay, so Wario's out of shield game is actually really solid. So don't hit Wario's shield, basically. Okay, I'm going to go to Xenosaga, because I'm busy doing schoolwork. And I don't want to stress myself out with tournaments right now while I'm doing school. Because I have finals coming up soon. Yep, up close, that's it, done. Just look. No, wait, what? No! And this is what I meant, though, when I said that, okay, where is it? Right here? Okay, almost here. It's a nice out of shield nair. And when I mentioned this could be the issue with, like, spacing arrows and missing it versus Wario, this is why. Because he misses the aerial, and Wario has a free forward air, just in general. And then bodied, dead. Gluttony tries going, that's an awful trade. You did 3 damage with forward air and just takes like a 13 damage up air. It sucks to be Wario. And you see Gluttony's really trying to force his way in now. Like, there's a specific jumping distance that Gluttony always forces his way in at. Which is fine, that's how the character works, but yeah, just constantly at this specific distance, jump in, aerial. Yep, Anti baits the aerial with a full hop. That's a really nice full hop, actually. I don't know why I'd grab there. It seemed like a poor grab. Nice punish in the aerial. Anti's putting a little bit too much pressure on Gluttony now, I think. He's trying to, like, a bit too hard to hit Gluttony, but that's like how you lose versus Gluttony, is you put a little bit too much pressure on him. Instead, you want to force trades and counter his aerials, I think. Good tech. Anti is really solid at getting those techs, I'd say. Dabuz, the loyalty badges should be done soon. I'm actually mad they're not done yet, but whatever. You know, loyalty badges, I asked the artist for the update on them, and they're almost done. Forward smash misses. Oh, it's so aggressive, Anti. No, what are you doing? Anti's being so aggressive here. Like, Anti can actually just camp limit right now. In fact, he probably wants that just so he can space out Wario. He's too scared. I think after getting caught by like a couple Wario setups, Anti's really scared of Gluttony shenanigans. Nice side B. Oh, I should say nice, but it was a good idea. Try to challenge Gluttony for being at that jump in distance. Yep, Gluttony could punish that. Yep. Jump in too much, getting punished down, I has trouble landing. Oh, the roll read. Like, yeah, Anti's too scared right now. It's the Gluttony setups are too terrifying, and then Anti keeps burning his jump, I think, and Gluttony's punishing the jumps pretty well. And once he punishes jumps like that, that's it, done. Someone just asked a question. What's the opinion of Wario Dabuz? I still think he's not a good character. Like, Wario, like, people have trouble with Wario and stuff like that because they're not common characters, but when you understand that Wario is still, like, he has a very specific jumping distance, he has a very, like, mediocre grab game, his aerials are easy to challenge, his ground game sucks, like, he has setups they have to tech, but if you tech the setups, he doesn't have too many. Like, once you understand all the stuff about him, know how to beat his bike, you can edge guard him actually pretty well if you, like, understand it. Like, he has a lot of these weaknesses, he's not good. But, like any not good character, if you don't know how they work, they can seem good. To be fair, Black Knight, I didn't actually start, like, getting the loyalty badges made until about 2 weeks ago. Because I didn't know what I was going to do for them for a while. In Game 3. Now, this is one of the few matchups I can see Wario being good in. Because Wario shares a thing that a lot of these lower tier characters actually share versus Mario. And that's, so a lot of the, like, better characters in this game are unfortunately fast fallers. And that can just make it, like, difficult to get away from Mario's trapping game with landings. His grab game's really good. But since Wario's a floaty-ish character with really good runaway, which a lot of top tier characters, ironically, are not good at runaway. Like, a lot of the good runaway characters are not top tier, I should say. That, like, Mario has a pretty good meta going on. But when you have a character like Wario who just relies on running away and, like, baiting into attacking, a character with low range and less speed than him is just not going to hit him. And when he does, it's not going to be, like, the biggest hits because he's floaty already. He doesn't get comboed. But he's heavy, and so Mario's got a lot of trouble. And I'm not saying Wario wins this matchup. I'm just saying I can see why this counter pick wouldn't work too well. Yep, jump in at this specific distance. Ooh, he waits there? Anti just goes for a grab. That's like the first dash grab I've seen work in Gluttony. Yeah, Gluttony's looking specifically for that fair. It's actually annoying me. I feel like all of Gluttony's movement is just like get into that fair range. I thought Gluttony was dead here, to be honest. I was like, oh, it's done. You can't recover there, and he did. I was like, what? That was an aggressive, like, jab right there. Not worth it for Mario at all. Oh, wow. He just takes the fireball hit and then punishes. Smart. Just because Anti's jumping on stage, yeah. Anti is definitely too afraid to recover low, I think, with all his characters versus Wario. And he's getting kind of bopped for it. Like, Gluttony's really reading the jump and just punishing. Ooh, down air, try dash attack for a setup. Forward air. Anthony needs to wait out these forward airs. I mean, you can't punish a forward air out of shield, but you can just wait for him to do it, and then Wario won't have shield advantage. He'll be at disadvantage, so Mario can act, and Wario's basically forced to be defensive there. Down throw. Oh, look at that damage. I mean, I guess Wario can punish low recoveries with down air though, so it isn't that easy thinking about it. Oh, he tried wafting there, I think. Ooh, Lenny's going greedy. Super greedy, but Anti kind of... I think after the first forward tilt, Anti kind of realized he might have an opening. Yeah, Anti's putting a lot of pressure on Gluttony, and it's just because they're trading, like, hit a lot of time. Like, now Anti's gonna get some damage, sure, but... Like, if Gluttony gets a hit, it's still a lot of damage back, so... It's kind of these awkward trades combined with Wario's ability to kill earlier that makes this hard. The stock, yep. Anti-stalling off stage too much right here. Right here. Right here, you should just... Instead of doing a second fireball, he should have just done after first fireball, fast fall up B. Wario's not challenging that, I don't think. Not when he's shielding the first fireball. Catches a landing. One thing I noticed is Gluttony doesn't camp the top platform. Ever. Forward air shield. Gets caught. Yeah, no, I think Gluttony has the most trouble in neutral when he's getting pressured. I guess it's because if you let Wario play a spacing game versus you, what's going to happen is you space him out, and he'll just find little openings to punish you and get into his perfect jumping distance. But if you put pressure on him, he can't get to that jumping distance. His out of shield game is good frame data, but I guess the range isn't great, so it's like he might not be able to hit like good space like pressure. And since Wario's ground game sucks, and he has a slower than average jump squat, what's going to happen a lot of times is if he's on the ground, you'll be able to hit him before he can do things. Nice down air. This is a stock. Oh no, never mind. Mario's at low percent. Wario's not. I was surprised that didn't kill. I think the back throw not killing was huge, because that was like Anti's chance. Like, he needed that to kill. Yeah, think about it. Whenever Wario puts pressure on, if the pressure doesn't like connect, he needs to retreat a lot of times. So you can actually put Wario in situations where he has to put pressure on, like get in his face, force him to attack, and then punish him because he doesn't have the best like frame data for pressure. Like there, you just see block forward air, punish. Nice forward tail. The forward tail doesn't do much though. It's some damage, but whatever. You can take that from Wario. Ooh, no, don't extend like that though. Oh no, don't roll in. We'll have set up. Would he want to camp the top platform given Mario's ability to pressure that? Probably not, honestly. Because you think about this, you camp the top platform. Mario pressures that, and Wario can't punish it. And then Wario has to land to a side platform where Mario so pressures. So I don't see any way that camping the top platform works for Mario. I mean, for Wario. Just considering he's going to have to get out of that situation versus Mario. And Mario's going to body that. I'm actually not sure what Wario does here. Like, I mean, I guess what he's doing is working. But I feel like if Anti was just a little bit more aware of the fact that he's getting caught a bit too much for jumping, a little bit less afraid of like landing on stage, a little bit less afraid of being on the ground in general and just waiting for things, I think this would go a lot better. And we have Zero Suit. Now, I've been saying this for a while as kind of a joke but kind of serious, is that Anti-Zero Suit is his best character. Like, out of all the characters Anti has, outside of when he counterpicks Rosa with Meta Knight, I'm personally most afraid of his Zero Suit, because his Zero Suit just does stuff. Like, you're used to Naru Zero Suit, Mara Zero Suit, but then Anti-Zero Suit just does, like, stupid things that work. Like, he'll just do neutral B and know it's gonna hit, and immediately dash up for the up B and get all that damage or kills. And he'll go for, like, hard read, like, forward smashes, or, like, back airs. He just goes for stuff and it works. And his neutral is so solid at, like, being, like, aggressive but not, like, overextending like Nairo's, or being too defensive like Mara's, that it just puts a lot of pressure on that's hard to deal with. I also, when I watched this set, I felt like Gluttony wasn't used to the matchup versus Zero Suit, because he definitely fell for a lot of Zero Suit's tricks, and, like, he didn't understand the range of Zero Suit's attacks. That was very obvious when I was watching this set, and the loser set as well. Yeah, you can't land top of anyone as Wario, so you have to be careful about that. You know, I should watch Como versus Gluttony. I want to see how Como, like, annihilates him. Near, back air, yep. And you see now, whenever Gluttony is landing in front of Anti, he's just punishing that. Right here. Jumps back, baits out the jump in, punishes. Punishes it to land in front, yeah. Yeah, Anti's not letting Gluttony land in front of him at all this game. But he's not giving Gluttony the distance to land above him, which Wario can't really do that anyway. But, like, cutting down Wario's landing options really hard is important. Jumps back to punish the forward. That's a nice jump back. He jumps back a bit early to punish the forward air reaction. Nice jabs. You had a lot of Zero Suits in France back in the days. Pretty much everywhere that's America had a lot of Zero Suits, and they dropped off, like, once Zero Suit got nerfed. A lot of people lost all confidence in the character, I felt like, when she's still really good. Imagine how you would stop a toddler from licking you using a 6-foot stick that's comb over Gluttony. That's a weird-ass description, Taboo. I don't know how you thought of that description, but I guess it makes sense. Yo, look at that, he just baits the jump-ins. He just keeps jumping back to bait that in. Challenging Gluttony whenever he's up close. Jeez, what do you do with this if you're Gluttony? You're getting wrecked right now if you're Gluttony. Anti-shield there, just to block the potential attack. Gets baited there. Okay, there Anti jumps a bit too much in, but he's cornered, so he has to do something to get out of the corner. Zaire stops the jump. Is that it? That's not it yet, but that's a... Look at that. Look at this right here. Zaire catches Wario jumping at a distance, because you see Gluttony uses jumps for almost all his movement. Like, you almost never see Gluttony just wandering on the ground. Just constantly jump, 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 jump. So, just catch a jump with Zaire, catch a double jump in the air with forward air, and this is all guaranteed now. Gluttony just needs to land away. Like, not land towards Anti like he's doing, just land away from him. Nice forward. Oh my god, he just catches a double jump. Now I think Gluttony's scared. I'm pretty sure Gluttony is not ready for this matchup. Even if he does have experience in the past, that might not help considering the meta of Zero Suit has definitely advanced. These back airs, not even too much damage. I mean, I guess all the back airs together and that's it. Yep. And you can definitely see Gluttony was hoping for a low recovery to punish. But, like, Anti keeps recovering high. Even with Zero Suit, just goes high. Like, if Gluttony kept back airing Anti, I think eventually Anti would have died after, like, 3 more back airs. Actually, even, like, 1 more back air, so, like, a good follow-up with Fair could have definitely sealed the stock. Because once you take away Zero Suit's down B, and she has no double jump left, as long as you can cut off her side B, which is pretty easy when she's out of options, that's it, done, stock. So yeah. Game 5. It's interesting that Gluttony likes FD. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because Gluttony just wants to land away from people. FD lets him land away from people. He doesn't really pressure platforms well, he doesn't camp platforms as a player, so FD is the most logical stage, I'd say. Nice forward throw. And since the stage is bigger with no platforms, his landings aren't limited, which I think is a huge factor. Nair to jabs. Catches landing though. Oh, Gluttony keeps jumping early. You know, Gluttony's too scared. Yep, jump. Punish the jump every time. Gluttony's gonna, land away. Anti-knows that he covers it with the neutral B. He's not gonna overextend, because he knows that's a bad idea. So he just wants to catch land with neutral B. If he doesn't, he can still pressure. Although, obviously, the pressure, like, if you miss your counter pressure versus Wario, you're forced to retreat. And that's always really annoying, it looks like. At least I think. I'm personally not experienced in this matchup. I would probably just lose to Gluttony too, because I have no idea how this matchup goes. Like, I've played it with Reflex at Big House, and my my Rosa got destroyed, to be honest, in the matchup, I think. Although, ironically, my Olimar did good in the matchup, so... Actually, I started learning the matchup versus Reflex near the end, when I started playing it more friendlies. So who knows, if I fought Gluttony, it could go either way. And yeah. Or I could just go Bayo and win. Because Bayo kind of poops on Wario, I think. And to go for aggressive down air. That was just good read on Gluttony's part. Maybe that was a reaction, because I'm surprised he read the regular getup. That seemed like such a not thing to do in that situation at all, considering what Anti's been doing and Gluttony's been doing. Waiting. Jump, yep. Jump and fair. Also worth noting that with Gluttony, he doesn't go for out of shield stuff much because of Wario's range, so that's like worth noting. He doesn't shield much, he doesn't take hits, he doesn't let himself get pressured. He'd rather potentially take hits by trying to not shield in the first place and doing something else. Mainly for approaching, Gluttony uses fair. Back air is mainly for killing and like offstage stuff. Neutral air is like, it's been used occasionally, but it's more like a gimmick. Like, he wants to set up specific things, so he'll go for an air where it works. Same with up air. And the down air is like a super rare mix-up he does, when he just gets above someone. Tetra, trust me, I know your European roses aren't that good. Trust me. That sounds mean, but I haven't... Oh my god, no. And then I don't think Europe has any Olimars either. Holy crap, I went to Europe. They would not know what to do with me, I don't think. Like, they don't have Rosas or Olimars. Yo, Jesus. Oh, thank you, Game Man, for the bits. Different music, please. What music I got? Other music play. This is good. Gab, this is anti-Zero Suit. He lost with Mario, so he wins Zero Suit. Yep. Anti is smart enough to know not to try counter like out of shield versus Wario, because he doesn't know Wario's frame data. For all Anti knows, he could try like up being out of shield or something versus Wario and just lose. That was a good down smash. It's so interesting that now Anti's doing regular getup and getting called for it twice in a row. I'm just super surprised. Thank you, JC, for the bit. Hype. When am I getting another sub emote? When I hit 250 subs, so not for a while. I was considering replacing Buzz Oops, but I think it's not worth just replacing the other emote. I should just wait until I can get more. So yeah. Well, I have an emote planned already when I do hit that number, eventually. Should be. I like the new Shibuya choice. Anti does shield sometimes. Like, Anti is only retreating with aerials, but sometimes you catch anti-shielding. But, actually no, then again, Gluttony's Uchibi haven't been working. You know what I'd do if I was Gluttony? I would full hop approach. Because since, what's it called? Since Anti's like doing a lot of short hops back, or like countering the short hop jumps, if Gluttony just does like a full hop down air, I'm pretty sure catch Anti off guard at least once. At least once, if not many times. Europe has very few Meta Knights. Oh, it's nice to know. Ew, Europe has Greninjas, Falcons, and Bayos? I don't mind Bayo, but Greninja and Falcon? I hate those matchups. I'm so bad versus both of them. Jumping fair, nice fair. Oh, you can't let Gluttony stall for Waft. No, Anti. No! Anti, why would you do that? That was so ballsy. Anti isn't on for a single grab this game, I noticed. Or this entire set with Zero Suit. He should really go for 1 or 2 grabs, maybe? Actually, no. Actually, I could catch landings. If Anti was catching landings with grabs, oh my god, like there could have been grab too. Also, that was set right there. That was the set right there. Super good. And I think this Nair would have caught anything Gluttony does. Jump back would be caught. Gluttony isn't going to shield in place, so it's not going to work. I was actually surprised Gluttony spot dodge, and Gluttony isn't going to roll. So yeah. But if Anti didn't down B the other way, that was the set. 100%. Oh, Anti, no. Anti, please. Why would you do that? Rip Anti. That's it, done. I like this read. This is a super nice read right here. Literally the first up smash Gluttony has done this entire set. And it works. He's right in Anti's face. Anti has been using less and less forward tilts and jabs as the set went on, especially because at kill percent, you know. He's not going to want to do Zero Suit's less safe grounded options when he's at kill percent. So he's going to want to jump back a lot. So that up smash makes a lot of sense. That's something I would probably do in that situation, to be honest. So yeah. But good shit to Gluttony. You know, I feel like it's the same thing as Kamamushi in a way, where like Anti out. Actually, no. In this set, I felt like it was very different. I feel like in this set, Gluttony was a lot more aggressive than versus Kame. Like he was really trying to bully himself into certain placings, and he was getting hit a lot for trying to bully himself there. Yes and no is Pac-Man bottom 3. I don't think Pac-Man is bottom 3. Not at all. There are too many bad characters, and Pac-Man is not even that bad. But anyway, yeah. So Gluttony was trying to bully himself a lot towards Anti, and what was happening a lot is Anti would counter the jump in with whatever. But there are times where Anti would miss his aerial, like Gluttony's near them would start reading the aerial counters, and like wait for it. Or like jump, not even jump in, you just wait for the aerial counter at like a certain spacing. Anti would do an aerial, miss it, and retreat with the aerial, and so he has less room. And then Gluttony goes in and like puts pressure on Anti, and Anti has to retreat now because he doesn't want to deal with Wario pressure. And so what happened a lot of times is like they're mid stage, and Anti is just getting pushed back by Gluttony slowly. And then when Antis aren't here, then he has no answer to Gluttony's pressure. He will start jumping a lot, and Gluttony will just counter the jumps and keep Anti in the air and get a lot of damage. Because Gluttony didn't get many wafts, he didn't get many setups in general. He just flat out out-neutraled Anti in a lot of ways, or at least went even in neutral but got more damage. And then Anti would win when he started reading the aerials or catching the landings. And I think the biggest thing is Anti should have started catching the landings like a bit more, like instead of defensive like aerials to catch landings, a bit more offensive aerials. And like a bit more grabs and like things like that. Or maybe even just pushing his way back versus Anti. Like Anti is like, versus, what's his name? Gluttony. Like Gluttony's like pushing forward, instead of anti-retreating, just go for a jumping cross at Mario, get back to mid-stage that way, and basically tell Gluttony, hey, if you want to wait for me to do things, I'm going to do things that you can't punish. So yeah. Leo said that Charizard's top 15. Interesting. Can I analyze Kame versus Lung? No. Maybe later. I don't really think I care too much about it, to be honest, sadly. Do I think Gluttony's better than Reflex? I'd have to play Gluttony, but I don't know, Reflex is really good. Like, when I play Reflex and Friendlies at Big House, holy shit, it took me like a good 6 or 7 games just to start understanding how to fight his Wario. He's so crazy. Yeah, Reflex has really good, like, down air edge guards, too. Like, that's the biggest thing I think that Gluttony could do is, like, go for downers off stage to catch people landing or recovering. Because sometimes he just, like, didn't 2-frame with downers when he could have. But I don't know. I don't know the matchups. But yeah, that was a very... Anything else worth noting in the set besides anti-jumping a lot? The way the neutral is working out pretty well. Gluttony's reaction time is really good, so it's hard to approach from the ground. Gluttony could play a bit more out of shield. I think one thing Gluttony could do a lot more is just dash shield. Because let me look at Wario's dash. Wario has a... Oh wow, no, never mind. Wow. It's a bad run speed. What about his dash frame data? Dash length. You know, never mind. I was about to say you could dash shield a lot more for approaches, but never mind. Wario's dash in sucks. Oh my god. Holy... Look at this. There's a 13-frame dash in with one of the lower dash speeds in the game in the first place. Holy shit, that's atrocious. Jesus. But yeah. So, that's that set.